The Raptors catch the Boston Celtics on a bad night, but it is to no avail. They were even worse, and they managed to go the entire second half without hitting a three in what turned into a 105-96 loss. This game was once again a game that was extremely winnable for the Raptors, but it comes up begging. Let's break everything down for you in tonight's post-game show. Reminder, everybody, we do content like this for every Raptors game, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel, joining the amateur army. And if you like what you see from this one along the way, make sure you do hit that like button as well. But this was a tough game for the Raptors once again. They go down 105-96 in their own arena to the Boston Celtics. Yes, the Celtics are a formidable team, but no Jaylen Brown tonight, and the Celtics struggled. They only shot 40% from the field today. You got them a little bit on an off night, but could not take advantage for a variety of factors, including missed layups, probably at least 10, missed threes. They took a lot of threes tonight and didn't make many. Coaching overall, lineups, rosters, a whole bunch of things go into this loss. The Raptors, look, they were 6-point underdogs at tip-off. They weren't expected to win this game. The Celtics are the better team, even without Jaylen Brown. But just the manner in which they lose this one, I'll say it every post-game show. I'm not as concerned about the win-loss. I'm concerned about the way the Raptors play. And they played horribly. They were not fun to watch. Like, even in games they've lost recently, like the Clippers-Lakers game, it was a fun watch. They played well. It was lively. Today, so dead, just clunky isolation, kind of everybody has to play hero ball offense a lot of the times, and nobody hitting shots. Super ugly game. Raptors put themselves in a position to succeed despite all that. Like, they struggled in the first, dominated the possession battle, which kept them in the game, had a real good run to start the third quarter, and then it all goes away as lineups and rotations start to happen. RJ Barrett, RJ Barrett was spectacular today, especially in the first half, but RJ Barrett finishes with 24 points. It was 11 of 19 from the field. Yeah, he was 0 of 4 from 3. He cooled off in the second half, but a big night from RJ Barrett. It just felt like whenever we needed a bucket, RJ Barrett was the guy who went and got it, but it took Darko so long to get RJ Barrett back on the floor for the fourth quarter. Like, he started the fourth quarter, got taken off, and it took so long to get him back in the game, despite the fact that he was the only guy bailing us out. Like, Scotty Barnes got 41 minutes, didn't have his best night on offense. He was great on defense, but 5 of 12 on offense. Made up a bit of that late, but only 10 points for Scotty. Like, you just need a bit more there. Siakam was not good today. He was 5 of 15, 0 of 6 from 3, 17 points. Phoned it in again on defense. Barrett's out here, like, doing stuff. He's struggling to, like you can't give RJ Barrett 38 minutes. Can't bring him back in 2 minutes sooner. You have to stick to your rotations that much. Manuel quickly, solid game. 8 of 20 from the field. 21 points. Had 3 assists late. But not enough here. The Raptors, there's no real excuse for the offense being bad anymore. There's spacing here now. There's 4 players who could average 20 points per game in this league, in the starting 5. But what does the game come down to? Felt a lot like there's a lack of play calling. Just when the Raptors are in a tough stretch, the Celtics end the third quarter on a 20-4 run. Darko only calls 1 timeout when they need a bucket desperately. There's no go-to move. There's no go-to play. There's no real plays drawn up in general. Feels like there's no offensive bag on Darko's side of things. But as much as perhaps Darko, I don't think, coached the game very well, what didn't help his cause is quickly missing like 3 layups early. Barnes missed a couple of easy ones. Barrett eventually missed a couple of them. McDaniels being very bad at basketball. Boucher in a horrible stretch right now of basketball. Who else? Did I mention Siakam? So missing a lot of layups. And then on top of all that, the Raptors go 4 of 32 from 3. 12.5%. Derek White, by comparison, had 5 threes in this game out of 11. The Raptors as a whole team had 4 threes on 32 attempts. The Raptors also had 4 threes made in the first half, so no threes made in the second half. What a horrible disaster, garbage basketball game by the Raptors. So it kind of feels like that honeymoon phase is over, but with the new guys. But man, like, you got a great game from Barrett. You got a great game from Quickly. Barnes' demeanor on offense was out of whack again. Like, it just looked like he didn't really care to be there today. Defensively, he was locked in. On the glass, he was amazing. But for some reason on offense, he just decided didn't want the smoke at the rim for some reason. Like, he's got to be way more aggressive. Pascal just wasn't making his shots. It was horrible. And he's been dialed in from 3 lately, and he goes 0 of 6 from 3. So a whole host of reasons behind this performance. The Raptors don't even crack 100. And it was an opportunity really to pounce against this Celtics team. And we got to take the wins where we can get them. That's 4 losses in a row for the Raptors. 10 games under 500. Another game they go down double digits in the first half. Not going to win. Like, you catch the Celtics. Like, yes, they shot the hell out of it from 3. But they go 40% from the field. Like, the defense was fine. The Celtics weren't that great today. You go to the line plenty. You win the possession battle by 13. You get 4 more offensive rebounds. You force 6 more turnovers and get beat 105-96. So you catch them on a bad night. You couldn't make a shot. Having to make up for that coaching-wise, Darko could not. And you lose. You lose an ugly one here. The game is a game the Raptors easily could have won. Just as easily, it's a game the Celtics could have won this one by 20 or so. So, we got to look at where we are in the season standings. It's sad to see. 15-24. Somehow only a game and a half. 15-25 now. You're like 2 games out of a play-in tournament position. It hasn't even been that bad. Like, you're not even that bad, but there's only 3 teams lower than you in the East. It's the Hornets, the Wizards, and the Pistons. That's where the Raptors are at. And I tell you, the schedule ain't getting easier just yet. You had the six games in the West. You lose the final 3. You come home. You lose to the Celtics. Wednesday, you got another tough game against the Heat. Probably a loss there. You're not going to be favored. Then it's a back-to-back night. You're playing against the Bulls, who won't be a pushover. And then Saturday against the Knicks. It just doesn't really... I don't know where the respite comes from. Tough games all on the horizon. Then you get the Grizzlies, and it's the Clippers again. So, it felt like a lot of great steps were being made after the trade happened. But in the last few games, man, has this team gone sideways from an offensive, from a performance standpoint. The last 2 games have been very, very poor. Like, I get Pirtle, the injury and stuff. They look good without, obviously Pirtle's a massive player for this team. They look decent without him. They can look decent without him. They did look decent without him on defense. It's a damn shame that they show up like this. And it's a damn shame they're so thin in that position that the injury is as significant as it clearly is to this team. So Raptors have work to do. Darko has work to do. But the players, twice in a row, like double-digit missed layups doesn't help our cause. Missing 28 three-pointers out of 32 doesn't help our cause. And all of that combines to this ugly batch of basketball. And the Raptors lose 4 in a row. All right. What do you make of it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe for Raptors content like this for every Raptors game. Keep it locked with Amateur Sports. Keep it locked with the Amateur Army. We'll see you soon.